Divide Nigeria before June 15th, Yoruba Nation agitators Sunday Igboho and Akintoye tells Tinubu. The vanguard of Yoruba Nation agitation have given the federal government till June 15th, 2024 to invite them to a negotiation table to discuss the status of the ethnic group in Nigeria. The ultimatum is contained in a letter signed by the trio of Professor Adebanji Akintoye, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho, leader of the Yoruba National Defense, and Otumba Ola Ademola, Vice Chairman, Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, and addressed to the presidency. The letter read in part that the Nigerian federal government shall, within the next 2 months, but not later than June 15, 2024, inform us Yoruba Self-Determination Movement that the Nigerian federal government have graciously agreed to a proposal for negotiation, that they have set a negotiation team that will meet and dialogue with our Yoruba Nation's negotiation team. Also contained in the letter was a request to break away from Nigeria as a result of the alleged hostilities of herders who threaten the existence of the Yoruba by persistent kidnapping, murders, and maiming. The letter, dated April 17, 2024, reads, and I quote, "We send this letter most respectfully to Your Excellency as a follow-up to our earlier letter dated August 6, 2022, which we delivered to your predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his exalted position then as President of Nigeria. Since 2015, the Fulani have been murdering wildly among the other peoples of Nigeria, including us Yoruba, destroying farms, villages, and other assets, kidnapping men, women, and children, extorting large sums of money as ransom from friends and family of the kidnapped, and repeatedly asserting their intention to seize the homelands of all the indigenous peoples of Nigeria for the purpose of turning all into Fulani homeland. In the Middle Belt, horrendous bloodletting is going on. Very many families have been forced into internally displaced people's camp, IDPs, and many of their villages have been seized by the Fulani and renamed as Fulani villages. In our Yoruba homeland, our people are resisting somewhat better, but the Fulani attacks and murders and kidnappings are unrelenting and are coming. According to an unofficial estimate, the Fulani have murdered as many as 29,000 Yoruba people in the years since 2015. All this action by the Fulani are, to us Yoruba, a sufficient reason for us seeking to separate our Yoruba nation from Nigeria. Most of us Yoruba have no confidence in the restructuring that some of our most respected Yoruba leaders are advocating for. Restructuring cannot keep Fulani herders away. Still hanging to the attacks by the herders, the Yoruba leaders went further, and our reason is that we know that restructuring cannot keep the Fulani marauders away from our homeland, since after restructuring, the Fulani will still be Nigerians like us and will still have full citizen right to come in large numbers and steal weapons and intend to actually murder and destroy and seize their homeland. Their spokesperson have said again and again unambiguously that the Fulani nation has prepared all its citizens to fight the current war of subjugation and land seizure for decades and even centuries to come. We the Yoruba must not underestimate the Fulani. We must not condemn our people to Fulani murders, destruction, molesting, kidnappings, and extortion of ransom for decades or centuries to come. Our Yoruba nation may not survive such prolonged battering. Mr. President, another crucial matter that we the Yoruba must bring before Your Excellency is the horrific and seriously disturbing character of the attitude and utterly disrespectful approach of one of the nations of Nigeria, namely the Yoruba nation, the Fulani nation rather, to the federal government and the sanctity, integrity, and dignity of the Nigerian state and the public order. Your Excellency, since the inauguration as President of Nigeria in May 2023, the Fulani have stepped onto a higher level of national devastation and to add mightily to our reasons for seeking to separate our Yoruba nation from Nigeria. We ask you to witness, Your Excellency, the two declaration of war by the Fulani against the President and the federal government of Nigeria and against the entire Nigerian polity. This is no longer news. Yoruba Nation Group have come out to say they no stay again. Make them give them date where they go come decide. Make everybody do it in. No where him day. Everyone is getting tired from the lukewarm attitude of the federal government in curbing wanton murders. Now, many farmers have been murdered and there's hunger in the land. Sponsors of murders are still walking majestic. I'm telling you, as if they were God. That is what annoying, good-hearted Nigerians. Tinubu, take note. What do you expect from all this? Let us go for referendum in Southwest. Now, then these old people will see the pros and cons. Some of them, when seeing the results, can go off. These old people have assets here and there, and we want Nigeria to be all means even when they do not know what will happen to their so-called assets after the departure from this sinful world. Many of the assets were ill-gotten wealth from what they're supposed to have been using to take care of other Yorubas, or rather, there is no smoke without fire. Sundays and his people should cool down if they don't want their own to be like, oh my, no? But they are not doing anything modern. They are taking it one step at a time. The only solution is to divide this country into three. The earlier we do this, the better for all of us. But the question is, who will make it happen? Seeing those who advocate for division are being hunted by leaders who are enjoying them from carrying this arrow. God help us. Nigeria cannot divide into three, should be 6 or 4, because no one will go with Hausa or Fulani. This wake-up call is timely and apt. It is very much in order. The Fulanis have always murdered a lot of well-meaning and beloved breadwinners across Nigeria. No need for violence. The reasons for division above is more than enough. These reasons can even be presented at the ICC. Let peace lovers go their way and welcome new hope and good life. God is supreme. Yes, so. I want to agree with this call considering how many lives have been lost, including the wastage of lives of our gallant soldiers. I read today as soldiers are quitting the camp in Niger State as bandits murdered 4 soldiers again. If the federal government of Nigeria cannot overpower the bandits to stop banditry in Nigeria, then this request for Yoruba nation will be or is accepted. A timely call not only for Yorubas but from all endangered Nigerians. The Fulani have turned the country to a modern field. For clarity, there are criminal elements everywhere in Nigeria, but the Fulani militias are an organized terrorist group that is waging war on Nigerians. Sunday Igboho, Nigeria. The Sunday Igboho, Nigeria that you see is not of a joke. You cannot sit somewhere and expect a leader with burdens just to wake up in a day, divide the country. It is not just simple, my brother. So only give your advice. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. So thank you for tuning in to listen until I come your way next time. Enjoy.